Hey guys, last tier list for this patch. Finally, last but not least, the supports. There are two really different playstyles for support. You have like your keep you alive supports and your let me kill you supports. The passive ones are amazing if you have a good team, but if you don't, then you can't really do too much. And plus, there isn't really much for me to say in a video like this. You kind of just use your shields and heals to keep people alive. This video, we are going to focus on the best carry supports, but here's a quick rundown of the more passive ones. Tier 1, Janna has pretty much everything and is really strong right now. Her shield and knock up can be effective in the lane phase, which gives her a little bit of pressure, but in team fights she is just way too good at keeping people alive. Tier 2 would be something like Soraka, Nami and Sona, probably in that order too. They're great at keeping their AD carries alive, they have some impact potential and are solid picks. These next 5 are purely based on my opinion and how good they are at carrying your average solo queue team. Leona is first up. She only has one job, kill people, and she does it really well. But that's kind of also the reason she's at number 5. She's just not very versatile, and if she gets behind, then she really can't do a whole ton. She's kind of like the support version of Diana. That's how I always explain it. Like, Diana has one mode and she just goes in. That's literally it. She can't really poke too much. She can't really do anything from range. She has to just dive in, and that's exactly like Leona. Leona is very tanky and she does have some good damage, even like base damage, but especially on her passive, and it's kind of at the point where it's hard for the enemy AD carry to deal with really. She has like a mini stun on her E, the Q stun and her ultimate, and the ultimate can easily blow flashes or get kills. It's kind of a long range, no risk engage. One of the things with normal kill lanes is it kind of takes a few levels to really ramp up into the stage where you can kill someone, whereas with Leona, like, she has enough damage at level 2, even probably at level 1 to kill someone, so she becomes way stronger earlier in the game. This is also part of it, but she snowballs very hard. Typically, like, you're going to blow a flash with your ultimate or just diving on them, and then you kill or zone over and over for the next 5 minutes while it's on cooldown, and there isn't really much the enemy AD carry can do. Alright, number 4, Alistar. He's a very big impact support. Very similar to Leona in a lot of ways, but he has the added benefit of having a heal. I love Alistar, I play him all the time, you can definitely carry with him, but the thing is, if you can't go in and you can't set anything up, then you really turn into a heal bot, and while it's kind of nice to have, your heal isn't that amazing. The flash pulverize knockback combo is really easy way to punish the enemy AD carry, it's easy way to set up ganks, it's even really good to set up a fight 2v2. You actually have a good lane phase, like you can go aggressive, you have your heal as a backup, but the problem is if you don't go aggressive, then you're not really going to have much of an impact. He's probably one of the best roamers on this list actually. Like, you can gank mid lane very well, you can even gank the jungle, you can gank top lane I guess if you really want to, but in team fights you're just going to be a monster. You can take the aggressive route and you can flash pole multiple people, or you can sit back and play a bit more passively if your AD carry is fed and just peel for him. You can knock people away, you can knock people up, you can heal them. Like, you're actually really good at keeping your AD carry alive. Next up at number 3, Thresh, and while he doesn't have the best win rate, it's mainly because literally everyone picks him, and even people who can't play him just default to Thresh. He probably is the most well-rounded support actually. He's always going to be relevant in my opinion. He has tools to go aggressive, tools to protect, and is really good in team fights. In the lane phase, unless you can go aggressive, well, kind of the same as the other people actually, you aren't really as strong as some of the passive supports. You don't offer a ton, but one good hook and it can actually turn the lane around. Your flay passive adds a lot of damage, so does your ultimate, you have your Targons for a bit of sustain, and at level 6, like a hook flay into box combo can easily deal half the AD carry's health. Your lantern is one of the best spells in the game in my opinion. Honestly, it can set up ganks, it can save team fights, and he actually is kind of one of the better supports if you're needed to play defensively in team fights and peel or make plays from behind. Your hook is a big part of that actually. Like, it can be thrown from range, it's less risky, you go if it hits, you don't if you're not. If you're ahead, then you can throw it out and try and catch people. If you're behind, you can try and throw it out and start a fight or at least do some damage. Runner up is going to be Braum, and I think Braum is amazing. I love playing with a Braum supporter. Your lane phase, you have your stun, jump, shield and ultimate. That's all 4 of your abilities and all can be used to get kills in different ways. You step too close to their minions and he'll just jump and hit you and apply the passive. The Q is going to slow and it makes it harder to run away, and you almost like always lose a trade if you get stunned. Your stun is definitely probably the biggest thing in Braum's kit that makes him amazing. If you use it correctly, then you really can't do much about it. It's also really good for team fights. It's actually good to peel with and to go aggressive and focus people down. It's actually really good in this meta of low health carries because they dive in, you can stun them, and then you nuke them down. You're kind of like Thresh in a way, like he's good at going aggressive or defensive really. Like your stun, knock up, and slow can peel for people pretty well, and the big thing as well is it gives time for your AD carry to kill them, not just to run away and survive. Alright, at number 1, Blitzcrank. If you watch Fox Shop, I'm sure you'll see a ton of Foxy grabs, and that really sums up why he's the best at carrying your average team. In lane, you're going to spoon feed your AD carry kills. It's really hard to lose a trade after he's hooked someone in because they've already lost half their health after the knock up, and it's even scarier now Blitzcranks are starting to build some damage. You have a lot of natural pressure in lane, like you don't even need to hook really to let your AD free farm. Like you can go forward a little bit and they're going to back off just because they don't want to get hooked. Mid game, if you're behind, you can turn a game around by hooking a squishy over wall. If you're ahead, then you snowball even more by pushing and hooking to start a fight. Now you do have to be a little bit proactive, and you kind of are a little bit risky if you're picking Blitzcrank, I guess. Like you can do absolutely nothing if you miss all your hooks, or you can be detrimental to your team if you hook in like a tank, which is not a good idea. If you sit back and let someone else engage, or you let the enemy team engage, then you don't really offer much. Like once the fight's broken out, you have a knock up, I guess, you have a silence and a hook, but that's not really going to do too much. This is what I mean by proactive. If you're the one who is engaging, then you immediately put your team at an advantage. You hook someone in, you burst them down, and you can just keep snowballing the game. Remember, there are a load of pocket picks for supports like Brand, Vel'Koz, even Taric, but as far as carrying like average teammates goes and having a big impact, then these are the most reliable to climb with. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, share, but for now, I'll leave you with the robots.